Oh, dude, and can I just say, man, I like how no one has talked about Emiru being a botter. Like, no one cares. Like, I haven't seen anyone talk about the fact that Emiru is still capped. She's still viewership capped because she's botted. Like, no one has talked about that at all. It's like, oh. So, on the topic of people being exposed and showing their true colors, um, hey, quick question. What the fuck is this? Someone sent this Miz tweet earlier. Hey, Asmongold, are you going to react to your Queen Emiru's 48 minutes of lies? Or do you want to keep hitting on her, saying how cool you are for using the N word as passwords at 33 years old? Emiru sent this to me in a screenshot years ago. I'm sorry, what? So is this what he meant by demon mode? Emiru said a creative, huh? And then Asmongold wrote the N word with like different letters and numbers. Like I'm talking really creative shit like that. This isn't even creative. Screenshot. Emiru says screenshotted JK. He said at a certain point, he wasn't even the word anymore. LOL. Everyone knows I said it. Don't worry. Emiru said Omega lol. Asmon says, I think I even have videos of me saying it. Emiru says, really? LOL. Asmon says, yeah, I have like super bad stuff online and no one cares. Emiru says, but Pokimane is a racist for her clips. But you don't try to act perfect, I guess. Omega laughing. Asmon says, yeah, that's why people hate her, not because of the words. LOL, it's the fakeness 100%. I feel like Mizkif is pretty much over the canceled stuff, but it's always going to be there. And he can't joke around with it like I know he would because of OTK. LOL. You ever riz up women by telling them that your passwords are variations of the N word? Wait, I was half joking when I said I think the reason that like I triggered Asmongold with that meme was because that's what their actual DMs actually looked like. But I was just joking when I said that. Did I actually strike a nerve? Wait. When I made this tweet, and I said, "Breaking: Emiru messages have been leaked with Asmongold," and it's this meme, and he got really hurt. He got so butthurt about it. Wait, is it because he actually? Dude, what are these fucking messages? Oh my god, dude, stop. Denims, can you see the future? Yeah. Yeah, I actually have a crystal ball. I don't want to tell you guys this, but yeah, I do. I'm actually a seer. Pre-watch Denims, Noster Denims, exactly. I desperately need you to comment on the absurdity of this Riz working on Emiru. Well, I don't think it's working though. I don't I don't think it actually worked though. They dated? No, I don't think like but I don't think Asmon and Emiru dated. I don't know them, so I don't know. It's just speculation, but I'm pretty sure that is not happening. Maybe if he like showered. I'm sorry, dude. Like that shit's too disgusting. That's like, it's like actually it's disgusting. I saw sorry, not Asmon. I saw Mizkif put out a video talking about the Emiru stuff, and I was thinking we could do that on the weekend. I thought that was a good shit Saturday thing to do. I don't want to cover it today because I really wanted to cover the Plattner stuff. So we'll probably do that on Saturday. But I have to say, like, um, I saw a little bit of it, and if you guys can believe it, Emiru lied about a lot of things. And she used a lot of her goodwill um, to lie about those things. Which is, all right. Mizkif is a piece of shit, but Emiru might be worse. Is that not insane? Yeah, we'll look at it on Saturday. Oh, I'll look at this later, Greggles. I wanted to do a little bit of research first before I touch this. So is Emiru like actually a liar? I haven't really been paying attention. Did she lie about Mizkif, or was it true? Did she leave stuff out? Well, like some of the stuff she lied about, for example, was she was like insisting that like she had broken up with him, and he had like proof and receipts showing that like he was the one that broke up with her multiple times. And that's like one of many things, and it's like why would you lie about that? What? But like I said, we'll get to it on shit Saturday. We'll talk about it then. I think like another one is like the like physical abuse that she had like talked about on her original stream, and she said that like it was really serious for her, the phone thing. And then like he had proof or something showing that that wasn't the case, and that like she literally was like laughing about it on stream because she thought it was funny. But she wanted to frame it as like this was a very abusive and hostile environment, so she like rewrote it. And I'm like, all right, man. Yeah, I love when this happens, dude. I love that. That's so good. That's so good. I love it. This is so great for everyone involved. That's so dope and sick, right? Isn't that so good and dope? He also like recontextualizes some of the stuff that she had originally framed. So I think a lot of people originally, when they saw the clip, they were like, okay, yeah, sure. Even if it's not the technical definition of sexual assault, it doesn't change the fact that like you saw her crying and you used it as an opportunity to like have sex with her or whatever. And that's piece of shit of you. And he showed like a bunch of receipts or something and a bunch of logs of like how this is like a shitty toxic relationship between two people where I don't know how people do this shit, by the way. Every time a relationship has ended in my life, I basically stop not talking to that person, but I never restart a relationship I've ended. Once it's done, it's done. But they had like they would break up, or he would break up with her, or sometimes she would break up with him. And then she would call him and tell him to come over. And she would initiate sex. And they would like fight and like cry and then make up. And that was an instance of that happening. Except in that instance, she was like, I don't want to have sex. And then he fucked off. And I was like, oh, I guess you wouldn't want to provide the context of this being a back and forth, break up, make up, fight, break up, make up relationship. Because then you can't contextualize this one experience as this one thing. And it's like, all right, man. Okay. So it's just like it was just like really very mold inducing experience looking at some of the stuff in that. Whoa, wait, does that change anything? You don't have to contextualize your own sexual assault. Well, the problem is that what the experience she described that he agreed with, like the exact details that had happened, was that she said she screamed when he like tried to initiate and then he stopped. Which is what you would want anyone to do. That the moment that you show discomfort, the other person stops. But I think people listened to what she said and tried to frame what she said, even though what she described is what you would want to happen. They reframed it and were like, oh, well, maybe he should have known that she was vulnerable and she wouldn't want that. Like, I tried to understand it from her perspective and say, like, oh, okay, like, that's why he would do that. So that you can see the chat messages right now about, like, that people describing it saying, yeah, he was trying to take advantage of her in an emotional state. Why would he be trying to, like, initiate sex when she's crying? What normal person does that? Apparently they did all the time when they would break up and then make up. Yeah, that's what's called a toxic relationship. And it's like, oh, okay. You don't know anything about abusive relationships, do you? Okay. You can just fuck off, man. It's totally good. If you want to pretend like you have seen everything, all the evidence, and just be annoying, go for it. But yeah, we'll talk about it in detail on Saturday. When did Wormy get on me? There's a conflict reward cycle in those relationships that's very addicting and hard to break out of. I mean, yeah. Like, dare I say, and again, I think a lot of people were willing to give her the benefit of the doubt in her description of the stuff and be like, okay, well, I want to believe that you wouldn't describe a situation that was otherwise like fine for you as something that when it wasn't, unless maybe he should have known these things and he would have known these things, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? When she described the original story and when she described what happened, he stopped when she communicated that she wanted it to stop by, in her case, screaming, right? Which is what you would expect and what you would hope, right? At the very least, that's what I would hope, that the moment that you communicate disgust or frustration, that the other person stops, as you should, as everyone should. So if there was nothing wrong in that particular action, there had to have been something wrong with the original stuff, right? That the full picture is explaining how, oh, he should have known better and he took advantage of me when I was in a state that was like vulnerable. And that's, I think, the context everybody else painted with what she said, which is reasonable, right? Because, I mean, I don't know, these are serious allegations. So for her to like misconstrue the nature of the relationship as being something other than exactly what they both did, is insane. So I don't want to get too deep into it, but we'll talk about it on Saturday. That's dishonesty. I mean, again, it's like, it's just, I just don't understand how you could say you're speaking your truth and then like half of the stuff that you said was like lies. Like, this one's hard for me, not gonna lie. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Seeing this shit, and then obviously you guys have seen the clip of her talking about the lawsuits. It's like, damn, you kind of suck as a person, huh? I kind of can't believe that. But that's kind of cringe, actually. That's kind of really cringe. Not surprising to me. I was willing to believe her because I knew much less about Mizkif. I know Miz is an asshole, so it's so much easier for me to believe that Miz was just like that. This doesn't really change my opinion of Miz. It just brings him from fucking disgrace to a twat. Well, yeah, again, I think a lot of the context of that interaction relies on people believing that that was abnormal and that wasn't something that she would ever want, and he should have known that she would never want to make up when she was crying, and that it was him being like opportunistic or something, right? When that's something that she actively would do, and that was the nature of their relationship, that changes the dynamic, I think, completely. On top of all these things that she had lied about, and then on top of like her general behavior in the past year or whatever, it's like, oh, okay, wait, what the fuck? So yeah, I don't know. We'll talk, like I said, for the 50th time. We'll talk about it more on Saturday, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick little update, and I haven't watched the whole thing, so Twitch having its own Johnny Depp Amber Heard. I don't even think this is like Johnny Depp Amber Heard at all, honestly. I think it's like actually worse. Are you streaming Friday? No, I just like to do like shit Saturday segments. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it on Friday. I don't know, but I like to do politics on Thursday and Friday, and like internet nonsense on like Saturday and Sunday. So, yeah. All right. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, guys, I need y'all to remember Amber Heard was unequivocally the victim in that case. I mean, don't get me started, okay? All right. Oh, dude, and can I just say, man, I like how no one has talked about Emiru being a botter. Like, no one cares. Like, I haven't seen anyone talk about the fact that Emiru is still capped. She's still viewership capped because she's botted. Like, no one has talked about that at all. It's like, oh, all right. They capped her at 10K and then she just never said anything. It's like, uh, oh, sorry, my bad. I thought people cared about bots on Twitch, but I guess they don't. Sure. I guess I just didn't consider botting myself to be the biggest female streamer. I'll consider that next time. I should do that. You know what? Maybe I'll bot myself. There, look at Wormy, dude. Yeah. Oh, Wormy. Look at her. Look at that fat cat. No, she's only like 7 pounds. She's not even fat.